Hey guys, welcome to TS Gear. You've probably already noticed, but made a little bit of a change to the channel. A big thing is the new camera. I convinced the woman that we needed a new video camera, so it's for the wedding that's coming up in August. So we're just gonna use it for YouTube for now. Anyway, I want to talk about something here, something a little different. And no, I'm not going to review the J-frame you see in front of you yet. I'll do that another time. This is the Smith & Wesson 360 PD. I love this pistol. It is incredible. Hopefully I got it clean enough, because now that I've got a really nice camera, it's going to show every little smudge and dust print and everything on there. But anyway, I want to talk about this holster. This holster, if you haven't seen holsters like this, they've been around for a little while. They're kind of a hybrid leather kydex combination. This is the most comfortable holster I've ever worn, hands down. It's an inside the waistband holster, so it's for concealed carry, obviously. This particular one is from White Hat Holsters. It is called their MaxTuck. A few other manufacturers make similar holsters. There's the famous crossbreed holster. Crossbreeds is called the Super Tuck, and then Galco, they also make one called the King Tuck. So as you can tell, they all kind of use the same type of name. They're all very similar with a few differences, and I'll kind of go over them a little bit. But first I'll tell you about my experience with White Hat holsters. This is, like I said, the most comfortable holster I've ever worn, and one of the reasons is, you can see here they have two attachment points and they're fairly wide spacing. This distributes the weight really nicely around your waist. Even though the 360 PD is a scandium frame, very lightweight revolver, having even just lightweight spread out over your waist is much more comfortable than, let me get in my bin of holsters here, than something like this. This is just an Uncle Mike's inside the waistband, very simple, very cheap holster. It's got a single point that it clips onto your belt here, and while this is still an okay holster, it's not nearly as comfortable as something like this. Not even to mention that the build quality is nowhere near where White Hat Holsters is. You can see already that I've already started to wear a little hole here in the top from where the hammer sits. So I wore this for a little while, and pretty soon after I started wearing it, decided I needed to get something a little better. So that's gone. So Crossbreed has theirs that's probably one of the most popular ones, and there's a few reasons I didn't go with a Crossbreed. One of the most obvious reasons is these clips here are a plain clip. Crossbreed has kind of an embossed cross in both of theirs, and it actually looks pretty cool, but I want something very low profile. I don't want people to know when they see a cross on, at my waistband that I'm wearing a firearm. So that was one thing. Another thing, probably the biggest reason, is these kydex pieces on the White Hat holsters are actually replaceable. Crossbreeds are riveted. These are screwed with some Chicago screws, and they sit very flat against the back, so they're not going to snag at all. It's very comfortable. You don't even know that there's these screw backs here at all. But the reason that's important, and I think I've got them in a bin up here somewhere. Here we go. The reason that's important is because you can actually use this for a variety of different handguns. Their bolt patterns are all the same on all of their kydex pieces. Now this is probably a bad example because this is actually for the same gun. However, you may have noticed, you may not have, this one is set up for a Crimson Trace grip. This one is not. And I'll talk a little bit about their customer service. When it came to me like this, with this one instead of this one. And immediately I had a problem because my pistol has a Crimson Trace grip. I neglected to let them know that I had a Crimson Trace grip on mine. So I called them up and I said, hey, it's not fitting my gun. I forgot to tell you I had a Crimson Trace on there. And he said, oh, no problem. And he sent me, within like 2 or 3 days, he sent me this other kydex piece. And I asked him, well, I got the new one, it fits great, do you want me to send back the old one? He said, no, hang on to it, it's not that big a deal. So that's just awesome customer service in my opinion. Another thing happened recently. I snagged this clip here on a door, and it snagged to the point where it was bent kind of out a ways, and this is spring steel, so it's not that easy to get it back to where it's the original retention. These are really tight, by the way. They're awesome. So I called him up and I said, hey, you know, I bent it, can I order another set of clips? And he said, no, don't worry about it, I'll send it to you. So he sent it to me free of charge. I didn't even have to order or pay for them or anything. Sent them to me, and again, it came in 2 or 3 days tops. So that was awesome. Great customer service. Anyway, sorry, back to the holster. So eventually, I'll get back to these Kydex pieces. Eventually, I'm going to get some other guns, and now I don't know if I'll carry a lot. I have some other pistols that I don't carry because they're just too heavy and too bulky when you compare it to something like this. So, but if I chose to, if I got another small, like a Ruger LCP or LC9, it could easily, you can get a new Kydex piece, and I'll have the same holster for multiple different guns. So that's awesome to me. Very economical. This particular one comes in, this is cowhide. I got the black cowhide, again, to be inconspicuous. I thought black was probably the most subtle. You can get it in a few different colors. The cowhide comes in 2 different colors, like a brown and a black. You can also get it in horsehide, which is a little bit more, my understanding, it's a little more durable. The grain in it is a little tighter and a little more water resistant, moisture resistant. So when you're sweating, I guess it'll be more resistant. I haven't had a problem. I've sweat in this and it's not a problem. It's pretty gross, I know. Anyway, horsehide comes in several different finishes. They've got kind of some antique looks. It's pretty cool. Another option that they have is you can get different clip arrangements. They have, this is the, like I said, the spring steel clip, which I thought was pretty versatile and worked well for me. They have one that's a Kydex one that's kind of an S shape, so it comes up and it kind of curls back on itself, and what that's meant to do is be a little bit more subtle in that it comes up and your pants would go in here and then your belt would go on top of that, so it would get caught in the S, your belt would. Let's see, I don't have, it'd be kind of like, I'll just use this holster piece here, so it would come up, and let's say this is your belt, if you can even see that. And your belt would go on the outside there, and then a little piece of Kydex would come up here and be sticking out there. So as you pull up on it, it's going to catch on your belt. That's kind of cool. I haven't tried that yet. I may sometime in the future. Another setup they have is a Velcro setup where this again goes over your pants, and then you have this strip of Velcro you put on the inside of your belt, and it would Velcro on that. Or if you had an inner belt that you wanted to use, that would work out fine as well. So that's kind of a lot of the options that they have. Let's see here. Oh, another thing is you'll notice the retention on this is not, I'm doing this around the camera, it's not overly tight right now. And the reason that is when you get it on your hip, as you put it on, you kind of tighten your belt, it bends the Kydex a little bit around your hip, and that's where you get your retention. The other nice thing is it leaves the opening open for reholstering. So it's not like, well, I threw it, but it's not like that other inside the waistband where as soon as you pull your gun out, it collapses in on you, and you have to basically take your pants off or under your belt to reholster. This one reholsters very easily. Hopefully you never have to draw your pistol, but you should always practice. So it's kind of nice to be able to keep practicing your draw. Yeah, I've been extremely happy. Now, when I bought this, it was quite a bit more expensive than they are now. They run right around $60 right now, just as you see it. They have a couple of options, like the horsehide is like $10 more. You can also get what's called a combat cut. So this is just their standard cut. Combat cut is a little cut out of the leather that comes up like this. And what it does, when you have your pistol in there, it cuts out right here, so that as you go to draw, I guess you can grab onto the gun a little bit better. I haven't had a problem. I mean, as I draw, it's really not an issue for me. I'll show you from this side. But I guess it's kind of a preference thing. Crossbreed will do this as well, but they'll charge you $10 for that cut. And I believe White Hat holsters, you can get it either way, no additional charge. So kind of a cool deal there. Galco, they have the same. They're about $70 starting for something basic. Same with Crossbreed. Both of them are just a little bit more expensive. But I would imagine their quality is going to be similar. It's just you're not going to get the ability to replace these as easily with the other two brands. So anyway, feel free to ask me as many questions as you want if I've missed something. If you have any questions about this holster, again, this is definitely an amazing purchase. It was a great purchase for me. I'm going to have this for a very long time. It's got a lifetime warranty on it, so if I ever have any problems, White Hat holsters will take care of me. So, all right. So here's what the MaxTuck looks like on. It doesn't print very much. It's actually on my right side here. There it is. We'll show that the gun is unloaded here, so we're being safe. But it's very easy to holster and to unholster. Comes right out. See, I didn't need the combat grip here. It comes out very easily. So there it is. MaxTuck holster. Thank you for watching my channel. Please thumbs up, maybe comment and subscribe. Also, I've got my contest going on still, so please check that out. I'm going to do a contest update because I'm not sure. Maybe this thing's going on a little too long, so we will see. Let me know what you think about that as well. Thank you. Have a nice day.